What is happening, everybody? The Carvana PPA Tour is back, and we've got your draws here. Thanks to our friends at Ensure Max Protein. We're heading to Tennessee for the Veolia Bristol Open. Let's jump in to the overall storylines. And of course, it's a big welcome back. We've had a summer full of Major League Pickleball. What I want to see is, do the stars of MLP this summer, Hayden Patrickman, #1 guy, Georgia Johnson, #1 female, do they keep that rolling here on the Carvana PPA Tour? We shall see. Welcome back 2.0. There are players that don't play MLP. So we'll have Matt Wright and Lucy Kovalova back. The Brashas, Lauren Stratman, Julian Arnold. What do they look like? We will find out. Next, what do I mean by singles-minded? Couple things. Number one, Anna Bright is in the singles draw, getting ready for potential dream breakers for the St. Louis Shock. Anna Leigh Waters and Kate Fahey are not in singles. In fact, Fahey not in the draw at all. Anna Leigh will play both doubles events. Elemental. Yeah, the elements are a factor here. After 3 consecutive indoor events in Major League Pickleball, sun, wind, elements, who can handle that the best? That will be part of this. And then let's have a ball. Yeah, the lifetime ball. That's what will be in play here in Bristol. So many storylines with this one right before the MLP playoffs. Now let's jump into the draws, and ladies first, as always. And we'll start with singles. And there's your defending champ from 2024. This is our second year heading to Bristol. So Brooke Buckner is our player to watch. Can she win back-to-back? Let's look at her projected run to the finals, thanks to our friends at Ensure Max Protein. Elise Jones is a scrapper in singles. She'd go there. Then Millie Rain. And then how about a quarterfinal matchup with Catherine Parento, and then a semi with Paris Todd if we get that far. Women's singles still very interesting without Anna Leigh and Kate in there. Let's take a look at the draw. And before we jump into this event is one of those opens where we play singles on Wednesday, mixed on Thursday, the doubles on Friday. Then we have semifinal Saturday and championship Sunday. So that's how this will progress. Caitlin Christian is your #1 seed here. Yeah, was absolutely tearing it up at the beginning of the year. Hasn't grabbed a title in a while. She's got the one by her name. Can she pay that off? Look at Callie Smith jumping in there, hoping to get her Chicago slice into the playoffs. This is being shot before the MLP weekend, so singles reps could be very important for a dream breaker for her down the road. And there's Salome Davidze. She has the last win over Anna Leigh Waters. We got to go all the way back to early in 2024, always dangerous in singles. And here's another new sister act potentially going to start making a difference. That's Jada Bowie. That's Maya Bowie's sister. So I've got my eye on her just to see what's this going to look like. Will be fun to watch. Leah Jansen, always a threat in singles, is the 4 seed. And there's Anna Bright. Yeah, the 40 seed. She rarely plays singles, so has almost no points. Martina Frantova first, and if she gets through that, how about Leah versus Anna? That would be spectacular. Georgia Johnson, the 13 seed, again, a good singles player, but also trying to make sure she is ready to roll in potential dream breakers for her Dallas Flash. Judith Castillo, terrific singles player, the 9 seed. The youngster, Kaylin Campbell, just turned 15 in May. She looked terrific in her MLP debut. Let's see what she does now over on the Carvana PPA Tour side. And there's Zoe Wong. Last year, grabbed a bronze medal at this one, so look out for her. Over here, there's Paris Todd, always dangerous, always capable of running it. Mary Brosh is back, as I mentioned. There's Brooke Buckner. We've got Helena Jansen-Fink, again, got married earlier this year. There's Maya Bowie on the opposite side from her sister. And then Catherine Parento just hasn't won singles in a long time. Is this the one for her? We'll see. So women's singles will still be so much fun. Without Anna Leigh Waters, obviously no Triple Crown opportunity for her. Now let's look at the fellas. in singles. And how about this dude? Hunter Johnson just wrecking people. He doesn't have the one by his name. Man, is he playing like the best player in the world. He's inching up on Staxrud. Can he get to the top spot by the end of the year or even sooner? We'll find out. Let's see what Hunter Johnson's path would be. Marshall Brown, then the fiery Zane Ford, Christian Alshon jumping in there, and then, these matches between Hunter Johnson and Connor Garnett have been fantastic each time we have them on the 20x44. We'll see if both players get that far. That is no easy task in singles, and I'll show you why. Let's take a look at the draw. There's Fed up there at the top, still looking for a win here. Hasn't been there in a while. Lost to Hunter Johnson when we last saw the Carvana PPA Tour in San Clemente. So Church hasn't been as churchy this year, and he'd love to grab a gold. We'll see how he does. That is not a typo, folks. That is a 5 next to Ben Johns. Yeah, that's how good singles is now. As the 5 seed, what is the impact of that? Obviously, in the same quarter with Federico Staxrud, and even before that, could play the winner of Max Freeman and Jimmy Ignatowicz. Yeah, the Vandy buddies, the teammates on the Chicago Slice, first round must-see matchup. And then, to add to this little section, there's Gabe Tardio, the 11 seed. He'd run into Ben Johns early. So that's the partners. They're actually, we'll give you a little foreshadowing, the top seed in men's doubles potentially playing early. So that's just a bonkers little section of the draw, and I love it. The 4 seed, we love the showmanship of Jaume Martinez-Vic. Can he make a deep run? He certainly do. Look at this other beautiful first-round matchup. Jocelyn DeVilliers, the 27, congratulations. Now part of #GirlDad, as he brought a beautiful young baby girl into his family. He's going to play the recently signed Alex Crum, who beat Staxrud in Atlanta earlier this year, rapping his way. It's going to be so much fun to see how he gets rolling as a consistent player in the Carvana PPA Tour. So much fun in that section, and that's only half of it. Over here, there's Hunter Johnson, Christian Alshon, the 7. He is not playing men's doubles, entered the tournament late, so he's just in singles and mixed. Michael Lloyd, the 9 seed, again, had a huge run at Worlds. We're looking to see if he can make that happen again. There's Tui Nation, the 3 seed, Tyson McGuffin, the 6, and then Jack Sock as the 10 seed. Had that wild match earlier this year against Connor Garnett, where he was way up in game 1, then up 10-0 in game 2 and won neither game. One of the greatest comebacks I've ever seen in all of the pickleball that I have watched. So let's see how he does out in Tennessee. So men's singles, always wide open. Can't wait to see who clashes on Sunday. So that takes care of singles. Now let's look at our Ensure Max Protein team to watch in mixed doubles. Anna Bright and Andre Diescu back together. They won in 2024 together. They're also the captains of their respective MLP teams, the Sliders for Andre, the Shock for Anna Bright. They have a big week following this one as they get ready for the MLP playoffs, but these two could easily walk away with a title. Let's see what their run to Sunday would look like. Davidze and Crum, then Stratman and the right now Blaine Hovenier playing there. Then Yuta Castillo playing with Riley Newman. Interesting. Etta Tuionatoa and Federico Staxrud, not a first-time partnership, but a very good team together. And then how about a semifinal between these two and the Johnsons? That would be spectacular. But this mixed doubles draw is massive. Let's take a look at it. Up at the top, of course, as I mentioned, Annalie Waters, much like she did last year, skipping singles in Bristol, but playing the doubles. So she'll be with Ben Johns as the 1 seed up there. The 7, Hurricane Tyra Black and Jimmy Ignatowicz, if they play to the height of their powers, they can beat absolutely anybody. Look out for them. Jackie Kawamoto and Dylan Frazier. Love the way those two are playing. That could be difficult as a 9. There's Alshon. Again, his only doubles is with Catherine Parento. Those two have been oh so close several times, but haven't been able to get all the way home as the 3 seed. Then I love seeing some of these teams that are playing together, but are also MLP partners together, more reps to get ready for the playoffs. The Mad Drop teammates, Jade Kawamoto and Hunter Johnson, are the 20 seed. Then look at this, Paris Todd and Big H. Big H has been absolutely awesome throughout the MLP season. He and Paris Todd are going to be a handful. Look at this down here, Tina Pisnick and Eric Onsens. What a team that is. And then I just love Mari Humberg and CJ Klinger together as well. So watch out for all of these unique teams. Folks, that would be an amazing event right there. That's just half. Over here, there are the Johnsons getting themselves ready to defend their title as the Dallas Flash teammates, but also they want to go out and win again here. 33 seeds, the North Carolina duo, and also Las Vegas Night Owls partners, Brooke Buckner and the youngster James Delgado. Delgado is a player that I want to see continue to rise. He's a player that I've got my eye on. That arrow is pointing up, so athletic and hits the ball so hard. They're the 33. Look at Jesse Irvin and Gabe Tardio. They just keep showing up. They keep doing well. They are the 5 seed with all the points they've added. Rohrabacher and Cliff, that sounds like fun. They could be doing some damage. And speaking of players that have played together for a long time, how about Lucy Kovalova and Matt Wright? As I mentioned, they're back in here, but the teams are catching up to them. They are now the 22 seed. This is a team a couple years ago, quarters, semis, finals, all over the place. Man, are we getting a new influx of talent. We'll see if they can make a little run. There's Brighton Diescu. Down below, there's Tuiyonato and Staxrud, as I mentioned. And then how about that 10 seed, Megan Dazan, who's been terrific lately for the New Jersey Fives in Major League Pickleball, playing together with Jaume Martinez-Vick. It is absolutely a war every time we put these slides up with the draws for mixed doubles. Will we get 1 versus 2 again or something completely different? Tune in and find out again. Mixed doubles will be played on Thursday through the quarterfinals, and then semifinal Saturday and championship Sunday. So singles and mixed covered. Let's jump into women's doubles. And hello, look at this duo. Yeah, Rachel Rohrabacher and Georgia Johnson. Through all the breakup drama, I kept mentioning that I don't think that Rachel and Catherine are going to play a lot together. Obviously, they had to find partners, and it was their best thing, and they did terrific together. But now we're going to see some new partnerships, and this team is really, really good. I can't wait to see what damage they do. They have played one time together before, so this is not the debut. Let's look at their path from our friends at Ensure Max Protein. Ronnie and Zilvetti, then Sleeth and Trong, quarterfinal against the Utah ladies, Jones and Smith, and then it could be an absolute battle. Dallas Flash on each side with Georgia staring down Hurricane Tyra Black, and there's Paris Todd too. So that is a wonderful new team. We'll see how much they play together, but what a team to keep an eye on. Let's take a look at the full draw. Oh yeah, by the way, Anna Lee Waters and Anna Bright have never lost together. Yeah, 1 seed. They're the most dominant team in this entire draw. And to beat them, you're going to have to play at the height of your powers and probably have the pickleball gods shine on you, some net cords and so forth. They're just so good, so committed, and they both have the heart of a champion. They're the top seed. Vivian David and Millie Rain, really nice 13 seed there. Leah Jansen and Lacey Schneeman want to get which sides they're playing together worked out, but they're a very good 6 seed. As I mentioned, the Brashes are back as the 12 seed. Love to see them find an upset or two and make a run. We haven't seen that a lot in 2025. Jackie Kawamoto playing with Catherine Parento. Yeah, how about that? So we get Rohrabacher with Georgia, and we get Catherine with Jackie. Look how much fun that could be. They could run into, Anna Lee Waters and Anna Bright if they both make the semifinals. So I like when we mix this up and see how it all works out. The former Texas Rancher teammates, Etta Tuionatoa and Tina Pisnik, not on the same team now since Etta was traded out of there, but a very good women's doubles team. And then speaking of trades, Jessie Irvin and Caitlin Christian were traded for each other last year in MLP. They are the 10 seed. Over here, we talked about Johnson and Rohrabacher. Mari Humberg and Jade Kawamoto. What a fun little duo that is. Perfect for placement. Jade, the lefty, on the right side, and Mari Humberg with all that cut and that beautiful backhand put away as the 9 seed. That's fun. We mentioned Black and Todd. Megan Dazan playing with Lucy Kovalova. We'll see how they do together. And then Zoe Wong and Brooke Buckner, the Las Vegas Night Owls duo. We talked about how well they did in singles in this event last year. We'll see if that can carry over to the doubles as well. Women's doubles, will we get the 1v2? There's a lot of work to be done before that, but that is one dominant team in Anna Lee and Anna Bright. Now let's look at the fellas. Fed and Hayden are the 2 seed, but what I want to see is, can they get back to the winner's circle? Haven't been able to do it in 2025. Again, the teams are outrageous around the men's doubles has become parity city. And when I show you some of these teams in this draw, you'll see why. But the year that Patriquin has had in Major League Pickleball has been sensational. And I want to see if he can carry that over. Loves playing with Fed. H will actually switch back over to playing the right side with this team. He's playing the left all year with Gabe Tardio on the St. Louis Shock. Let's see their Ensure Max Protein path to a potential final. Chuck Taylor, Johnson Cola. Then the Johnson brothers back playing together. Yates has been fighting to get back and get healthy. We love seeing him almost all the way there. And those brothers can be just torture with all those groundies from the baseline. Jaume Martinez, Vic, and Matt Wright. Yeah, just let that settle in. Showtime chirping from the lawyer. That's a fun team. And then, yeah, how about that 3 seed right there? Andre Diescu and J.W. Johnson, a couple of the South Florida guys jumping in together for the first time ever in a Carvana PPA Tour event. I would not want to play them. And this is another thing where I think Andre is going to have to play the right. We saw him do this earlier this year when he paired up with Ben Johns. You know how well that worked out? They won the tournament. Yeah, that's pretty darn good. So watch out for them. Let's see how this all breaks out in a draw. There's Ben and Gabe at the top. They've made a final every time. Won the last one. They just keep getting better and better. You can see the confidence of Gabe Tardio that's flowed right in to the Major League Pickleball scene. So they're going to be a handful. And how about Andiamos? And right here, right now, as we have Hovenier and Julian Arnold, that'll be the loudest court wherever they're playing for sure. The 4 seed is James Delgado and Colin Johns. Colin Johns has all those points from all the wins with his brother Ben. So we could have a Johns v. Johns matchup again. 7 seed, couple of OGs, Riley Newman and Jay DeVilliers. I did the research. It feels like they must have played somewhere together once. Never. This is the first time together on the Carvana PPA Tour. We'll see how they do. Couple of Utah Black Diamonds down here. Again, more reps. They're playing right now as we film this in their home state. Now they want to get ready for a playoff potential run for the Black Diamonds. Lung and Garnett have looked very good together. There's the 2 seed. Vic and Wright, the 6 seed. Look at this. OH. IO. Thank you. Whitaker and CJ Klinger. Yeah, the 9 seed. Ross Whitaker had to actually jump in for CJ Klinger at MLP this year when CJ couldn't go in his backyard. He hated it. But we'll see if the Ohio boys can do something. But what does that also mean? That Team Ice is split up. We showed you J.W. Johnson with Andre. So they're not in the exact same section. They'd have to go a long way to play against each other. Let's just let that 14 seed settle in for a second. Jack Sock and Augie Guh. That sounds very promising. So can they find chemistry quickly? I know a lot of teams would not want to play against them as the 14. Talk about another team you don't want to play against, the fiery lefty and Pablo Tellez and all that energy from Eric Onsens. That's trouble. And then the 11, another first-time partnership and another southpaw, Max Freeman, playing with Tyson McGuffin. So men's doubles, terrific again. Some new teams sprinkled in here. Who is going to get it done? I can't wait to find out. So those are the Bristol draws. What do we have on the horizon? Well, it's MLP playoff time, baby. We're going to be going to San Diego August 15th to the 17th. That's the first couple of rounds of the playoffs. And then the confetti matches, yeah, when it's going to all fall down in Central Park in New York City. Who is going to grab it? Will Dallas be a team that can go back-to-back, or will the number 1 seed regular season champion St. Louis Shock get it done, or someone else? We'll find out. And then back to the Carvana PPA Tour, and that's where we will stay for the balance of the year. We'll be in Vegas, baby, yeah, on the Strip. Thanks, Walgreens, for the Open at the Las Vegas Strip down there at the Las Vegas Convention Center. So that's going to be a lot of fun at the end of August. Where can you watch all this? We've got you covered. Pickleball TV. We've got some FS1 as well. So the Carvana PPA Tour is back. The Veolia Bristol Open is ready. Thank you, Ensure Max Protein, for sponsoring this show. I'm Dave Fleming. Thanks so much for watching this and all these great athletes. We'll see you soon out there on the courts. Peace.